It is impossible to replicate the feeling of speed. The warm steering wheel in your hands, the shaking of the ground beneath you, the roar of the engine. For a fleeting moment in time, you are weightless. When you get into one of my cars, you get in to win. My drivers, I salute you. My name is Enzo Ferrari. I build the fastest race cars in the world. And in today's story, Treasure will show you how a young boy from Modena, Italy, created the greatest cars ever to drive the streets. From cars, to documents, to engines. These are the treasures of history.
Born on February 20th, 1898, in Modena, Italy, Enzo Ferrari's early fascination with cars was evident when he witnessed his first race at the age of 10. As a teenager, he became a test driver for a local car manufacturer and later served as a driver in World War I. Following the war, Enzo joined Alfa Romeo in 1920, marking the beginning of his association with the world of motorsports. His racing career flourished, and he quickly gained a reputation for his skill and strategic prowess on the track. This experience laid the groundwork for his future endeavors in the automotive industry. Enzo began to grow with every car he drove and part he made. He eventually got married to a woman named Laura and had a son, who they called Dino. From the beginning, Dino was groomed to become his father's successor to the company. Growing up, Dino grew a passion for engines and eventually created a new engine for Enzo. It was a 1.5-liter V6 that they called the Ferrari Dino engine. It was an amazing piece of machinery that would go on to be used in many Formula 2 races. In 1947, Enzo Ferrari established his first racing team that would eventually evolve into the iconic Ferrari brand. The first car to bear the Ferrari name, the 125S, made its debut in 1947. The 125S marked the beginning of Ferrari's legacy in creating high-performance vehicles. The 125S wasn't just a race car. It represented Enzo Ferrari's vision of blending speed, innovation, and luxury. The iconic prancing horse logo symbolized power and agility, which later would become synonymous with Ferrari's commitment to excellence. Despite his success on the track, Enzo faced many personal tragedies, one of them being in 1956 when his son Dino succumbed to Duchenne muscular dystrophy. This heartbreaking loss deeply affected Ferrari. That same year, tragedy struck again when several Ferrari team members, including drivers Luigi Musso, Peter Collins, a mechanic, and 4 children bystanders, lost their lives in a tragic racing accident. The headlines went worldwide, affecting the integrity of the Ferrari brand and racing in general. In those days, the loss of drivers was an all too familiar and unfortunate reality, symbolized by this signed letter to one of Enzo's top drivers' recent widow. This letter shows his relationship with his drivers and their families. The emotional toll on Enzo from the losses was immense, but he pressed on. Enzo would go on to win multiple important races throughout the 60s, including 6 consecutive 24-hour of Le Mans victories. This would go on to be one of the greatest winning sprees in racing history. In the later years of Ferrari, it was clear that Enzo created something special. He had chased perfection and got it, but at what cost? In the 1970s, Enzo faced financial difficulties, leading to the sale of a significant stake in Ferrari to Fiat. This partnership, however, allowed Ferrari to invest in research and development, ensuring its continued dominance in motorsports and the production of high-performance road cars. Ferrari was in negotiations with Ford before the sale to Fiat, but complications arose, and the deal was lost. This caused the famous Ford versus Ferrari scandal throughout the early 70s. While there were ups and downs throughout these years, Ferrari maintained its reputation on and off the track. Enzo Ferrari's journey from a young racing enthusiast to the founder of one of the most iconic automotive brands in the world is a tale of passion, perseverance, and innovation. It is clear that Ferrari is a name that will outlive Enzo for many generations to come, and the cars he made will go down in history as the greatest machine to ever drive the streets.